Hi, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. This is from 2023, but I was asked to critique it. So this is the West High School Air Force JROTC at the East Union High School drill meet in 2023. So the color guard got first place. And anyway, just asked to critique it to see what I thought of it versus what the judges gave it. And let's go ahead and do it. So 2023, and you're still wearing the face diaper. All right. So that's not fall in. So the command is just fall in. What do we do at fall in? We don't go to parade rest. We fall in at attention. We get our dress, cover, interval, and distance for a normal formation, or just our dress and our distance for the color guard. And either everybody has exact same size feet, except but he's probably standing forward, except the right rifle guard, who has whose feet are 4 inches bigger than the rest of everyone, or he's standing in front of everyone. So notice that nobody fell in, but you'll see something in just a second. So at close interval, dress right dress. So why didn't you do that fall in? Because you went to parade rest, which you're not supposed to do. So all of this isn't part of the sequence, most likely. You're expected to fall in, and then on forward march, then the judging begins. But you're making an impression here, and the impression is you don't know what you're doing. That's sorry to push that out there first thing, but you don't. You give fall in and you all go to parade rest. You don't know what you're doing, what commands actually mean. So, Commander, why did you pop your head back to the front and then give ready front? You're part of the formation. Do you respond to carry colors? Yes. Do you respond to forward march? Yes. So why do you respond to some commands and not the other? So as far as attention goes, you respond to it. You stay at parade rest until you give attention, and then you come to attention with the rest of the team. As for at close interval, dress right dress, there was no need to give it in the first place. So you shouldn't have given it. It should have been taken care of at fall in. But since you did give it, you performed it incorrectly here. You respond to your own commands. Yeah, but the manual says that the commander is supposed to stand at attention. When the commander is not part of the formation, you are part of the formation. It's flag detail, colors, and parade staff. Those 3 positions, the commanders all respond to their commands. Why did you reach up on the command of carry? Or reach over, I should say. What does that have to do with the command? It has nothing to do with the command. What was that? What guards? What on? So, as far as staffs are concerned, I get it that you reach across and then lift. I can understand how somebody would be confused with doing that. I've seen it before where just the color bearers reach across and then lift with both hands. That's not what you do. But guards, you're doing that too? That that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then you're doing you're just twisting your wrists there, just doing this, but it should be a flick. But but you're not even supposed to do that. That's ceremonial, that's base honor guard, that's Air Force honor guard. That has nothing to do with you at all. Excellent timing. It's just way too slow. What's the tempo for the Air Force? I bet you they speed up. Ooh, you didn't speed up. I'm actually impressed. However, it's still way too slow. The tempo for the Air Force is anywhere from 100 to 120 beats per minute, which is steps per minute. That means every heel strike is a beat. Every heel strike is one of those steps. And you're marching 90, well, I'd say around 90. So as you're marching forward, you also shouldn't be shoulder to shoulder as well. So let's see here. This is a tap the tempo. So, oh, you're even, yeah, I'm tapping out 88 steps per minute. Not even close. You should metronome app on your phone, set it to 110, turn it all the way up, stick it in your back pocket, and march to that tempo with everything you do. Every single practice, use that tempo. So you're marching shoulder to shoulder. You did perform the didn't halt in tempo. You can hear the tempo going step, 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 boom, which was the halt there. So didn't perform that properly. Not bad on the keepers with the belt. Not bad. A little bit of adjustment here is needed, but 1 inch from the belt buckle. So color guard halt, that's good. Color guard attention, also good. That's what the Air Force uses. But shoulder to shoulder, not a technique. So you executed a facing movement instead of a face in march. The movement is a face in march, not a facing movement. Arm swing is required. So, or the rifle should be vertical. The right forearm should be horizontal. And for here, uncase, you went all the way down. So the command is uncase colors. You lift the staff out and to the right. You come to raised guidon. Now, and I don't know why this isn't much clearer in any of the manuals, but coming out to raised guidon is the position. Now, this is the so yeah, it would have to be so this is Air Force technique, and this is Army technique. So raised guidon for Army, raised guidon for Air Force, and the other 3 services don't have raised guidon because it's useless. But it's a traditional thing dating back quite a ways. So you should be out here, bring the staff down, and then you can pull it in, and then have both hands right there. Thank you, Judge, for moving. Good unfurling. That seemed to work well. However, the the California flag is a 3x5, and it looks like the Air Force is a three Air Force. Sorry, looks like the U.S. is a 3x4. So uh, you know that's the little remark, disrespect to the American flag. That's disrespect to the American flag. Yeah, it's a 3x4, and your California is a 3x5. Most people think that that's the disrespect to the American flag. Oh, that's something that is blatant. No, it's not necessarily blatant at all. Now I'm watching the guards. So the uh, you carry the case like this, not like this, like this. That's the technique. That's in the Army training circular. And so Air Force follows the Army technique of having a slight angle forward. Arm swing, guards. Arm swing is required. So you have to spend more time making sure, and it's just a few seconds, but you have to spend more time making sure that you can get the case folded up into a nice square, just like that. So here we have the American flag pulled back. You can see that. So the staffs aren't even matching. They look like this with the American pulled back farther. Now that has to do with body type and all that. Not even close, guards. Pulling the butt forward, and no, you reach through under your arm as you pull the rifle off. Golly, it's like the old West. Why don't you uh, uh, just toss it around and shoot the guy at the other end of town because you're facing off. This has to do with body type, and it's not a big deal. It's just that the the uh, uh, the National Color Bearer should have been told that, hey, you've got your staff pulled back like this. You need to come out right. Yep, there. That's good. That's vertical. Keep it right there. Learn that muscle memory. Memorize that muscle memory. Have that ingrained in you. And also, if you look right here, you can see the top of the harness socket frame for the organizational is higher than the American flag socket frame. So that's 2 counts of disrespect to the American flag. Fingers closed, guards. Judge, get out of my way. All right, so here, Air Force actually will flare the hand. How do we know? Well, we know from actually looking at the Air Force pamphlet, the Air Force sticky note for drill and ceremonies. We go by photos and text, and since there's not a lot of text in the color section, and we also go to, for the guards, we go to the Marine Corps order, and that shows us the techniques for, well, going to the outside shoulder, what they call the outboard shoulder, and then also I thought so. Yeah, so organizational bearer, you need to ground your chin strap there, my friend. This silver chin strap needs to be grounded all the way around to the bill of your hat, and that's your fellow cadet's fault. You both should be looking at each other. You two should be looking at each other, making sure that you're perfect, head to toe, absolutely everything. So You're marching in accordance with Army Training Circular 3-21.5. So just because commander calls forward doesn't mean you stomp on that last mark time step. So you have your cases complete with just strings hanging down, looking all yucky. You have your cases over the belts. The requirement, since you're marching in accordance with 3-21.5, the requirement is to have the cases in the belt. This is in, not over. Your mark time step is much too high. Your organizational bearer, you doing that whole foot stomp, the monster mash. Actually, commander, you're also doing that. You're just stomping your feet as you go through the wheel movement. But look at the height here. Height. You two color bearers doing really well, keeping the foot lower. But guards, you're just having a heyday there, making sure that your feet are as high as possible. You're marching pretty close to ankle knee, and that's not the technique at all to use. The Air Force manual says now, okay, you're marching in accordance with 3-21.5, but we still use Air Force techniques. So you should be marching with the ball of your foot, not the toe. The Army just says the foot. The foot comes off the marching surface 2 inches. Well, what part of the foot? Because there's a big difference between the heel and toe. Marine Corps order says 2 inches for the toe, 4 inches for the heel. The Air Force comes along and says, we're going to be differenter from everybody. We're going to be specialer from everybody. And we're going to measure from the ball of the foot. And that's going to be 4 inches. Well, if the ball of the foot is coming up 4 inches, then the natural hang of the foot leaves the toe coming off about 1 inch. Well done, Air Force. Great job on working that out. Guards, why aren't you swinging your arms? Because you're marching shoulder to shoulder, which you shouldn't be. So if you really are marching to 3-21.5, then much of what you're doing is wrong. Now, when I judged colors in California a couple years ago, one of my that's not colors reverse. So let me get through my story first, and then I'll. It's so disappointing. I was judging colors, so the color guard came in, reported, then we did the inspection. I did a quick inspection because the team was supposed to go through the whole flight inspection. So I just did a quick check. But the one question that I asked the commander, and I asked every single one of them, what's your governing directive for drill and ceremonies? Crickets. Every single time. Crickets. Why? Because your reporting statement is just a statement that you learn. It's something that you get ingrained in you. Marching in accordance with. What's your governing directive for drill and ceremonies? Marching in accordance with. Now, I know that I asked, I phrased the question in a difficult manner, but all I got was a circuits blown. Nobody seems to understand that's just, it's not just a reporting statement. The reporting statement actually means something. Well, it's supposed to mean something. So, American flag bearer, you are supposed to change positions with the organizational bearer. You don't just back up and then turn around. Nobody moves solely around you you move with everybody else. So, right rifle guard, see how your rifle is moving up and down and up and down. So, do you know why you executed a split it? So you could bring your equipment down properly. Guards, you're supposed to have all fingers closed, including the thumb. I'm so glad you didn't push the colors forward. You respond to your own commands. You call the command for attention, then you come to attention as well. Oh, what? So you're not even reaching across to grab the staffs. You're just doing this little, you're doing the ready cut position in reverse for no reason whatsoever. And never mind. It doesn't matter. You can see the stomps though. You can definitely see the stomping. You're supposed to raise and lower your whole leg, have the toe leave last, and strike first. So you did, that's right, you did reach across for parade. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna go left hand. You reach across. Why? If you're marching in accordance with Training Circular 3-21.5, the left hand should already be there. But you're not marching in accordance with 3-21.5, are you? No, you're not. Oh, you went to present. Guards. Jeez. Oh, man. So, I noticed the left hand here, right there. Whoever trained you did a really bad job. And if you learned on your own, I'm sorry. Somebody should have been there to guide you. You see how the sound increases? So what was that command again? Eyes right? What do we do when we're marching and the command eyes right is called? We do what? Turn our heads and eyes to the right, maybe? Which the three of you did, which is just fine. 45-degree angle. So you're not supposed to be looking over your shoulder. It's 45-degree angle that we look. But going to present, show me. I've got a couple of manuals back here. 3 of them are 5 of them are Air Force. You show me. Oh, I have 5 Army manuals here. No, 4 Army manuals here. Different ones, but it's got to be in one of those. The Marine Corps order, maybe you can show me where we go to present. The guards go to present while we're marching at eyes right. Where is that? So you called the commands on the correct foot. That was great. Good job. But both of these cases need to be squared off just like this, a lot smaller, but tucked inside the belt. No strings hanging. This is just very, very sloppy. This is a little bit better, but this is not good. So you're probably wondering about the 3x4 California flag. So unfortunately, in the 1800s, maybe maybe mid to late 1800s, the average sized man in the army was 5 something, and when he went to bring the staff under his arm for furling and unfurling the colors, the staff was supposed to be horizontal, but as soon as those average sized soldiers did it back then, they had these 3x5 colors, and the color would hit the ground. And so, and it was happening so often that the army finally said, all right, just cut off a foot, and from now on all of our colors are going to be 3x4. So that's what happened. The colors are now 3x4, the smaller colors for the army. The Air Force followed that. They used 3x4 colors, and now the Space Force also uses 3x4 colors, not 3x5. So they're a little more expensive. You actually have to special order 3x4 colors, and I understand it that cadet programs need to save some money, but you can't march this mix of colors, 3x4 and 3x5. They all have to be the same dimensions. The next size up for military colors from 3x4 is 4 foot 4.5 by 5 foot 6. These are the only two sizes, only two dimensions for colors that exist in the U.S. military, and that's for the Army, Air Force, and Space Force. The other 3 branches don't use the smaller colors; they only use the larger size. For the civilian world, it's 3x5 and 4x6. Why it has to be different for the military is a long and drawn-out response of spite between the Americans and the British way back then, and then actually each branch going back and forth, and it's just a mess. Nobody could agree on anything. Egos got in the way hundreds of years ago, and they still get in the way today. So this team, I know you're trying your best. I do. I can see that you put in a lot of practice. It's just bad training. So, as a color guard, you're supposed to know your position, and know your position inside and out, your responsibilities. So you're inching I like the cut between the two cameras. I really do. So what I was going to say is, for the wheels, you're doing well with the wheels, but so at least for this right wheel here, let's look at the right rifle guard's feet. Watch. Right there. It's supposed to stay right there. Look where he ends up. Well, the camera moved to follow them. So anyway, the feet were supposed to remain back here, but the right rifle guard moved in an arc forward. It's just slight. It's very it's almost imperceptible, but you can tell. So the whole team is marching forward. Not supposed to. Supposed to stay right on that pivot point and move, and that's it. Now, moving to the left. Let's see, where's a left? I forget where a left is. There we go. Stayed right there. So it's the right rifle guard that's moving forward a little bit, and this all has to do with not only muscle memory but visual memory as well, and the team expecting the right rifle guard to move forward. And I know that it's probably imperceptible in the team. You have to tell the team from the outside, hey, this is what you're doing. So the next time the right rifle guard comes up, take hold of his belt and just turn him or turn with him, and hold on to that belt and keep him right in that position. And you'll have to do it maybe, I don't know, 5, 10 times. But then all of a sudden it'll start to you'll see the mix up in movement, and the team resettling back into a standard, but this time it'll be a proper standard. So report it out. We'll see the cutaway. This is a clearer picture anyway. I like that. So as I said at the beginning, great tempo, step size, step technique is all the same. Oh, too bad there was a cutaway there, because the team there, that's what I was looking for. You can see the team getting a little bit out of alignment here as they're coming into that mark time. Purposefully slamming the rifle, the colors, is not appropriate. So you got first place. Congratulations. So here's a 3x4 color right there, mandatory 3x4. Always good to see the organizational color there, and I know they're expensive, especially when they're personalized with the school's name. Anyway, so congratulations on the first place. However, it looks like the judges didn't know what they were seeing, and that's a shame, because it gives you a false sense of accomplishment. Yes, of course you accomplished something. You accomplished some long, hard hours of practice and training, and it's just that it was the training was off in a slightly wrong direction. And what's interesting is that the longer you practice, if this is the standard, the longer you practice doing the wrong thing, the more effort it takes to come back to the standard. At first, it's not a big deal. Oh, no problem. But you keep going and you keep going, and this, it could be years of development there, years of progress, and you're going in the wrong direction, slightly off, even just teeny tiny slightly, you're still going off in that wrong direction, and the gap increases over time. So I know I've made some people uncomfortable with my words. I get it. I understand that, and I do appreciate everybody's performance. I honestly do. Some of you don't believe me, but I really do. But thanks for the critique request. I appreciate it.